Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I do for the one. I'll go over there, try food and drink items, eat stuff and drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I'm real thirsty, so I'm eager to get into this one. But we'll get to that. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing super grody work clothes. Typically, when those two things coincide, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is definitely the case today. I got off of work, needed some supplies. Plane. I swear they must have gone over there and redirected where the plane traffic was coming from recently. I never used to get anywhere near as many planes in my area. Now it's just all the time. So, whatever, we'll just power through, I guess. But anyway, I got off of work, needed some supplies, decided to go over there and hit up the Mart of Walls, and I wasn't really planning on grabbing anything to review. I just had a few things I wanted to get, but I was thirsty, and I was like, So I grabbed a thing. What thing did I grab? What am I reviewing? Boom! It's Mountain Dew Shark Bite. Actually, it's Frostbite, but there's a shark on it. They should have called it Mountain Dew Shark Bite. Ooh. I hope it's shark flavored. No, it's a naturally and artificially flavored dew, which doesn't tell me anything. And, this is an exclusive one. This is one that is just for Walmart. It's actually been out for a while now, probably at least a couple of years, I want to say. More than a year, for sure. I've never reviewed it because I kind of felt like it was, by the time I would have gotten to the review on it, it was already a thing. It had already been out for long enough. And I was like, I just kind of felt like I missed my opportunity. But it's been a while since I've had it. Because, I don't drink a lot of Mountain Dew unless there's, a special flavor or something that I'm really looking forward to. Like Pitch Black, which is supposed to be coming back for Halloween. But, so I figured I'd pick up some Frostbite and give it a go. This will end up on my Mountain Dew Madness playlist, by the way, which is a playlist of just Mountain Dew stuff. So let's try this Walmart exclusive flavor. I remember liking it. Typically, I enjoy blue things. Smells good. It's good. It tastes sufficiently blue. I'll say that. I can kind of understand, though, why it's not a more... it's just a deal that they have with Walmart, obviously. But I can also understand why it's not a more widely available Mountain Dew. For one, they already have voltage to cover their blue, stockpile out in the world. So having two blue Mountain Dews kind of, competing against one another. It's okay. I like it. It's perfectly fine. The thing with... I'm genuinely surprised that they don't have, an actual flavor associated with... Because usually with Mountain Dew, they'll go over there and they'll have, a little excerpt where they'll be like, oh, it's, plum flavored, or macaron flavored, or fucking what the hell ever flavored, because they're Mountain Dew, and they just do what the hell ever they want. But this one is just naturally and artificially flavored dew. I want to say, at one point, I looked it up years ago. I think they said it was supposed to be melon flavored, which, okay. The only problem with that is, there's a lot of different melons. It's clearly not watermelon because they already have one of those. It's Major Melon. Which, by the way, if you want to see me review that, I guess I could do that too. I'll review any of the Mountain Dews. I don't give a shit. I just, like I said, I don't typically review them if they're, just very, Code Red or Livewire, they've been around forever. It's I don't feel like I need to go over there and have an opinion on those. But if people want to hear my opinion on those, sure, hit me up in the comments and be like, review the Dew, and I'll review the Dews. But It is a more subdued dew compared to like your voltage, where if voltage has got a nice kick to it. Frostbite doesn't really have much of a kick. It's not particularly tangy or anything. It is maybe a little bit more mellow. So maybe that's kind of where the melon aspect comes into play. But again, the problem is like, what melon? Cantaloupe? Honeydew? What are we doing here? I would be totally down for cantaloupe flavored Mountain Dew. I would 100. I love cantaloupe. I think cantaloupe is highly underrated. Yeah, I mean it's perfectly fine. It's sweet. There's a little bit of tanginess. It's definitely a Mountain Dew flavor, so it does have that Mountain Dew aspect to it that all their flavors do. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't know that if it is melon flavored, I'd be lying if I said that I could tell you it's melon flavored. To me, it's kind of generic fruit flavored. Like, because it's blue, my brain wants it to be like a berry flavor. But it's not. I'll say that, because like berry flavor tends to be more tangy. This, like I said, doesn't have much tanginess. So, if it's melon flavor, hooray. Maybe it's, I don't know, fucking huckleberry flavored for all the fuck I know. But, as a Mountain Dew, it's perfectly fine. As an exclusive flavor, I don't know. If I were Walmart personally, and I don't know what the sales are for it, but if I was Walmart personally, I don't know that it would be the Mountain Dew that I would be super proud of carrying as my exclusive. And that's not to say that it's bad. It's fine, but it to me tastes more like a one-off Mountain Dew than something that would be like an active and like continuous exclusive. Like a good example is Which Wich. They're a sub sandwich place. I've reviewed some of their stuff before. Excuse me. They have a exclusive Mountain Dew called Mountain Dew Vibe, which is like a lemonade Mountain Dew. I actually reviewed it. Go watch that video. That's a really good Mountain Dew. That one would be one that would be great to have as an exclusive flavor. Frostbite is okay. It's not bad. There's certainly been worse Mountain Dews. Like, I wouldn't even consider it a bad Mountain Dew. But I would consider it something of a meh Mountain Dew. Like, it's just okay. It gets the job done. It's inoffensive. And I guess maybe that's the idea behind it. Maybe it's like to try to appeal to as many people as possible. But yeah, it's really nothing. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's somewhere firmly in the middle. I wish it was better. But at the same time, it's sweet, not overly sweet. It's a fairly mellow drink. It's fine for what it is. It's very kind of just middle of the road for me. If I've got like my upper tier of Mountain Dews over here, your what was it? Mountain Dew like Gold, which was like the pineapple one, and you got the Pitch Blacks, and hell, even Code Red, that one's really high up there for me. And then you got like the ones closer to the bottom, not counting like Zero Sugar, because that just is what it is. But like your Whiteouts, some other ones that I'm not big on Baja Blast. I don't hate it, but it's never been one of my favorites. This it's in the middle. It's doing its thing. It's fine. It's got a shark on it. Shark. That's the sound that sharks makes, by the way. Don't let fucking Shark Week fool you. Those people are hacks. I mean, not like the actual scientists and stuff, but like the Discovery Channel and all that shit. They're all fucking hacks. Anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. I'm sure I'll get it again at some point. The nice thing about it is that I can always go to that little alcove that Walmart has where they have like all of like the freestanding drinks and stuff in the little cooler area. And I can just grab one if I ever just want one just because. It's never going to be a go-to for me. Ever. I don't think I've ever had a particular urge to drink it. But every now and again, just to shake things up, sure, I would get it. Recommending it to other people, I mean, it's not a bad Mountain Dew. I just feel like it lacks personality. I mean, I guess that kind of comes down to it. If the other Mountain Dew flavors are maybe a bit much for you, this might be an alternative. I think it's a little bit more digestible than some of the other ones. Whereas, like, your Code Reds and even like your mainline Mountain Dew and stuff, those are pretty punchy. This one is a little bit more dialed back, and it's got a decent flavor to it. It's a nice fruity flavor. So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, Monday, mental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You want to go over there, you can have yourselves a truly Jaws-tastic rest of your life. The first one, just the first one, none of the other ones. First one with the guy and the boat and the speech and the thing and then rah, it's a shark. That whole thing. Not the Meg, not any of that bullshit. Maybe Deep Blue Sea. I do like Deep Blue Sea. Never saw any other ones because they looked like trash. Anyway, final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. I came very close to being an asshole today when I went out to buy this drink. Specifically because I was let down by the staff members of that particular Walmart. Not once, but twice, and most likely thrice. When I tried to go over there and explain to them that one of the items that happened to be on their shelves was damaged very clearly, and it should probably be dealt with. Less so, because you don't want somebody to go over there and buy it and then come back all pissed off. And every time I brought it up to them, they just put it back out there. Anyway. It is important, though, when we run into situations in our life that are stressful, frustrating. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you have a particular favorite Mountain Dew. Hell, maybe it's Frostbite. There's a shark. He's under the ice. That's not where sharks would live, typically. But, sure, why not? And maybe at the time you're watching this, it's the year, 2894. And by that point in time, there's no more Mountain Dew left in the world. And, there's just all kinds, there's like robots and like, demons and shit. Because fuck it, it turns out that all that shit's real and robots are real. And so it's just that. But you don't care about any of that because you want yourself some Mountain Dew Frostbite. And you hear tell that there's one left deep within the bowels of the mighty ice shark. And so you go over there and you go to what's left of the polar ice caps, because not a lot by that global warming. That part is actually real. Care what? I'm going to get a little political. By political, I mean I'm going to talk what science says and is evident in real life. But maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to track down that shark, you're going to duke it out and everything. And by the end, you're both bloody and beaten. You're up on the ice together, and you realize that you had more in common than you thought the whole time, because you were actually brothers. And then he's just going to go over there and vomit up the last Mountain Dew Frostbite for you, because he's like, dude, if you'd have just asked, like, I didn't want it inside me in the first place. That's the thing that could happen. That's perfectly reasonable. Or conversely, if you work in retail, I get it, you're not getting paid a lot, you work for a shitty company that doesn't care about, I got you. But if a customer does try to help by bringing something to your attention, take the 5 minutes out of your day, please. Please. Bye.